It's a very basic, direct question.
Wait. Hold on. Wait a second.
Eight times, or at least once, in regards to the president specifically.
Hold on a second.
That's what you should be able to answer by this point.
Wait, no. No, wait a minute. Ed, please. A little respect here, please. So every year, around the president's physical examination, he sees a neurologist. That's 3 times, right? So I am telling you that he has seen a neurologist 3 times while he has been in this presidency. That's what I'm saying. I am telling you that he has seen them 3 times. That is what I'm sharing with you, right? So every time he has a physical, he has had to see a neurologist. So that is answering that question.
No, it's not.
No, it is. It is. You're asking me. I also said to you, Ed, I also said to you, for security reasons, we cannot share names. We cannot share names.
Anger and frustration over more specifics of Joe Biden's health condition has grown outside of the Democratic Party leadership. I'm going to show you where they stand on this watch list.
We have to. Others he would have met with. You can share names in regards to if someone came here in regards to the president.
We cannot share names of specialists broadly, from a dermatologist to a neurologist. We cannot share names. There are security reasons. We have to protect.
It's public.
I understand that.
I hear you. Right there for anyone to see.
Ed, I hear you. I cannot from here confirm any of that because we have to keep their privacy. I think they would appreciate that too. We have to give them.
The doctor.
We have to keep their privacy.
It is public.
Information.
I hear you.
And you're going to allow this to fester longer, Karine, unless the White House answers the
hold on a second. There's no reason to go back and forth and be in this aggressive way.
Miffed around here about how information's been shared with the press going on here.
The argument is about records of a Parkinson's specialist visiting the White House 8 times since last July, without confirmation of who he was there to see. CBS's Ed O'Keefe is miffed, and Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre has reached the end of her explanations without confirmation. But the merry-go-round kept going, despite heightened emotions.
Now in regards to Dr. Kevin Kennard.
And I am telling you right now that I am not sharing confirming names from here. It is the security reasons. I am not going to do that, Ed. It doesn't matter how hard you push me. It doesn't matter how angry you get with me. I'm not going to confirm a name. It doesn't matter if it's even in the log. I am not going to do that from here. That is not something I am going to do. What I can share with you is that the president has seen a neurologist for his physical 3 times. 3 times. Matter of fact, it's more than what the last guy shared, and it is in line with what George W. Bush did. It's in line with what Obama did. And so it is comprehensive. It is out there. I just read a quote from it, but I am not going to divulge somebody's name or confirm someone. I'm not going to do that. That is as privacy for that person. I'm not going to do that. It doesn't matter how hard you push me. It doesn't matter how angry you get with me from here. I'm just not going to do that. It is inappropriate. It is not acceptable. So I'm not going to do it.
Old Ed might be miffed because questions about these issues have been getting shut down for a while. And since it appears to originate from policy directly from the Biden family, the press secretary doesn't seem to have the green light to give any new answers.
Nikki Haley, one of the Republican candidates, is calling for mental competency tests for those politicians over the age of 75. What do you think about that?
Ridiculous.
Would your husband ever take one of those?
I mean, we would never even discuss something like that.
So before a 90-minute display of President Biden's inability to recognize and refute every lie Trump told, most Democrats dismissed the narrative that he wasn't doing well as politics. But that debate did a lot to change some of his closest allies' minds.
The performance on the debate stage, I think, rightfully raised questions among the American people about whether the president has the vigor to defeat Donald Trump. And this is an existential race. Given Joe Biden's incredible record, given Donald Trump's terrible record, he should be mopping the floor with Donald Trump. Joe Biden is running against a criminal. It should not be even close, and there's only one reason it is close, and that's the president's age. And what I would say, Kristen, what I would advise the president is seek out the opinions of people you trust. He's obviously talked to his family about this, and that's important. But he should seek out people with some distance and objectivity. He should seek out pollsters who are not his own pollsters. He should take a moment to make the best informed judgment. And if the judgment is run, then run hard and beat that SOB.
It's almost been 2 weeks since Biden stumbled into this raging political fire that has both Democratic politicians and voters severely divided over how to move forward. And I think the emotional aspect has many believing that this will be never ending and will have irreparable damage to Biden's or anyone else's chances at winning in November. But it's only been several days of it, not several months. It's an unprecedented situation that has to run its course for the sake of the party to make the right decision. And emotions are going to get higher now that more and more lawmakers are back in D.C. and going on the record.
Well, look, I think he should step aside. I think it's become clear that he's not the best person to carry the Democratic message. And here's the thing. We have an incredibly strong message and record to run on. And in all respect to the president, he's done a great job. Okay, when you look at where the economy was when he came in, how our economy dealt with COVID so much better than any other economy in the world, the progress that we're making, the unemployment rate, stock market. Look, there's a lot of work left to do. Housing's too expensive. Income inequality is still too great. But we've made progress on that too. The lowest black unemployment, black poverty rate came under this president. I saw a report today in the New York Times that some of those areas that have seen the manufacturing jobs flee are actually starting to get better. Okay, and then on the other side, you've got Donald Trump, who's a complete disaster. Project 2025 and his promise to cut taxes more for the rich and corporations while raising tariffs to tax poor people. We got a good message. The president has shown he is not capable of delivering that message in an effective way.
Just because, I shouldn't say just, because that 90-minute debate was a lot, but is this based entirely on that event? No.
There was concerns leading up to it in the terms of the president's ability to deliver a message, and it hasn't gotten better since the debate.
Representative Adam Schiff was leaning away from Biden, while Representative Smith there has completely departed from him. The spectrum of Democratic doubters keeps getting further and further away. There's one that thinks the outcome is inevitable, and it's just a matter of time.
It's not an insider game, Chris. 50 million people saw that so-called debate. I mean, it's everybody knows what's going on here. We've all been through it. We've seen our parents go through it, our grandparents, our aunts and uncles and neighbors and relatives. This is all a matter of time here. And the question is, how do we move forward in the short time frame that we have here? That's the only thing I'm interested in. And once we start fearing the future, then we're dead as a political party. You can't operate on fear.
How do you get him out if he's saying I won't drop?
He's going to come to the conclusion that this is just not a good idea. And he's going to resist it. And he's going to listen to his family. He's already, it's all the same. We blame the staff, then we blame the media, then it's the elites in the Democratic Party. Do I look elite? Chris, I don't predict things. I'm just telling you it's inevitable. He will come to the conclusion. People will get the message to him. He will understand. His family will understand. They'll pray on it and they'll make the right decision. I don't have any doubt about it.
He says it's a matter of time. It's inevitable. Those words may be correct, but it does nothing for Democrats' panic, which is based in paying attention to what conservatives have been saying or will say about the uncertainty. But again, I really doubt that voters who recognize just how corrupt and dictatorial Trump is have suddenly decided that fascism is the way to go because Democrats are addressing an issue with Biden's age and ability to effectively run. So sure, Democrats are severely divided on this, but it'll end. And if they maneuver correctly after it's over, there's no reason voters should be alienated just because of a difference of opinion. Elected officials have only been back for a few days, so it's not crazy to hear about how far apart some are on this.
Are you all on the same page?
No.
What do you mean you're not on the same page?
You're not even in the same book.
Was there a President Biden?
What's the outcome of that meeting?